We are here, guys. More Danganronpa. And Amphi is currently on my tit.
Yeah, it's a nice scene.
I think that's because remember when I had you on my tail after I got tied up the.
I think so.
Here, we can get you to a respectable size now.
I cannot hear the game, but
I have. There's nothing playing for me. Oh, because the tab's muted. There we go.
fair enough.
Because I had the audio source muted. That'd be why. Well then. Anyway, we're here. We're doing Trial 5, and I cannot wait for your reaction to half of this shit.
Oh, that is just super.
Is something wrong?
I mean, you waiting for my reaction means that something stupid's gonna happen.
Yep, Psycho Trial 5.
Alright. There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir.
Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Muguro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that?
Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something?
Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry.
Oh god, this is gonna be so much talking getting used to these fucking braces. God damn.
I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here.
Yakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand. He went straight to a shelf in the back.
Ah, here we go.
He quickly returned with a file in hand. Oh, no, not the... Yeah, I was trying.
I see.
Take a look at this.
I have no idea what it says. What language is this?
How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French?
I never took French, I would like to point out.
I took French.
I took one Spanish class, hated the teacher, so switched to sign language because I already knew sign language, so I just breezed through them. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French.
Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over.
100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme?
Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they had acquired. Some, however, believe there was a mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it?
This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality.
Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting.
Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use.
So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir.
Hi, Tarth.
Hey, Ty.
Tarth is relating me to these tiny kitten posts he's been finding.
Good.
What do you mean good?
Because you are a small pup.
Fuck you.
I will.
Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right?
That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean we got the profile? Are you ready for the trial?
Yeah!
Jesus Christ.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the Earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
Then the time has come.
Oop, okay, it was apparently an auto. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
Oh god, it's still on auto. Hello?
It would seem that way. Let's go.
Also, I love that I can look at that and I can just hear Tarth doing the fucking noise. It's just, blah. Oh man, he's making me
What?
strip. He yoinked my jacket.
Please do the demonstration again. What?
Blah.
What?
Alright. Rawr.
Exquisite.
Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Oh no, I think you broke him. I think you broke him.
What? Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word.
I'm gonna shake you. No.
We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? My photos ranked high enough for you guys to go out together? Just the two of you?
Yes.
What? Are you jealous?
What? Oh. Huh? Tarth, run that back.
Oh, Tyler, it looks like you might need some help getting the milk to soak him in. You're gonna need a lot.
Oh, what have I done?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second.
Don't just tee-hee and make your little pops of me, Tarth, I swear to God. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself, but... we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. and then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again?
What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or,
Or what?
What?
Jesus. Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that?
What, I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we?
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
What?
Wait. Oh, wait, no. Kyoko needs to show up. Never mind. I thought this was creepy. What are you talking about? Everyone is here. I've been waiting for you.
Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look. Oh
Hey.
god, he nod. Oh no. I'm here, and no rule's been broken.
She's alive!
Yeah, oh, hello.
Seems we have a guest with an intriguing
Hello, Indy.
destiny.
Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Listen, I've eaten, I'd hydrated with fruit
Eated?
punch. I did eat it. Oh my god. Ampy. Fine. Yeah.
Good boy, Nexie.
Kyoko.
Kyoko, you're still alive?
No, that's a ghost.
Hey, you stupid idiot.
Tarth, shut up. No, shut up. No.
Stop talking.
If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
Oh, in Valo too? The fucking double whammy. Damn.
Well, okay, it was... Did you watch the clip I sent you?
I have not yet, because I thoroughly passed out when I got home.
That is fair. After I pulled that off, he was like... I think it was like, do you want a good boy or an RR after that one? So I just said the good boy, and I died. I just shouldn't.
That checks out.
What?
Oh, the clip was on purpose. Alright, fuck you. Fuck you, Darth.
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just in time. What school regulation did I violate?
That's not what she said.
After you, like, twerked at me or something? After I did what now? Oh, no.
Oh,
No,
what were
I
you
remember.
two doing?
No, I remember. I remember what happened now, and it makes it so much worse.
Oh, okay.
No, so sometimes in matches, people just, like, walk up to your character and, like, basically fucking give you a blowjob. So I did that to Tarth, and that's when he just shot the good boy at me. And I was like,
I see.
Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of ya. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed over to Kyoko. Kyoko.
Oh, you really didn't die?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, unfortunately.
Indeed.
Of
Oh,
course
so
I
like
did that.
Lethal Company.
Listen. Hi, Mystique.
thank God. I'm so glad you're okay. We thought you, like, totally blew up. And we were like, oh my God, Kyoko.
Oh no, Kyoko.
Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us.
Huh? He's right. Now we gotta deal with a ghost. Well, Mystique. Well, Mystique, we're dealing with idiots, as you can tell.
I told you, stop talking.
Me too. Oh, rip. Hey, thank you for the treats, Tarth. I didn't have my fucking treats. I gotta go get my fucking bowl. I don't know who all heard that thud. So I will get the treats, but I will get them when the trial starts because I cannot have these while I need to talk. You okay? Yeah, no, that was just me putting my fucking bowl of root beer barrels down. My 6 pounds of root beer barrels.
Let's go.
Come on, let's go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial.
Damn, almost as big as you. Excuse me, I am heavier than 6 pounds, Tarth. Without ever looking
Yeah, he's a whole 12.
Bitch, listen. I was gonna like correct you, but me correcting you and just saying how much I weigh is so much worse. Even though I'm pretty sure I've said it on stream before.
You've already told me how much you weigh, so.
I know, I've told you, but I don't know if I've told Darth, is the thing. That ever looking darkly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator.
Yeah, he is just a little guy.
No.
Master, wait for me.
No, shut up.
Um.
Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long. Mystique, you're such a good girl. And I really hope your day gets better. Oh my god.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over.
One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. I mean, you don't have to. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
Correct.
So, I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
that's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out? Me too, halfway through the day, someone tries to scan my bank account and is locked. I need 500 Apple gift cards. They really try. They try. Not well, but they try.
They wouldn't try if it didn't work on people.
I know, which is sad. I still think it's really funny that apparently someone who worked at a different location for, like, my job, fell for a scam where someone called claiming to be, like, from both the FBI and IRS, saying that
the dual class.
the dual class, saying that they, that the money in the safe is fake, so they need to go use the money, buy a gift card, and tell them the, like, gift card code. And I'm like, great. And there was a company email put out because someone fell for it.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
So,
It was so bad. The super agent, yep. Just now, I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. Took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However,
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to.
wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words,
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma!
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current
It
situation,
would seem...
because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. Show me your good sprite. Give me your good sprite. For her? That's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
There. No, come back! Well, if that's all. Hello, Naegi. Welcome in. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? You're using... You're gigantifying them?
I had like 70 bits left over, so I wanted to see how big it actually made them.
That's fair. And of course it was the lick too. Oh my god, Tarth. What's funny is I think as soon as Tarth did the sussy stretch, you did that.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your sussy stretch, Nexie.
Are you happy now?
I'm not the one who redeemed it, so you need Tarth's approval, not mine.
I mean, looks like Tarth approves. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the doors slid shut. This time, the plucking was loud enough to hurt my ears. The dread began to consume me once again. Can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of times, the doors opened without warning. Dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was despair. It's the blinding light of despair. Cutie, no.
I can't wait!
What
I
the
can't
fuck
wait!
happened to the trial room?
Have you not noticed it's been changing every single trial?
I actually did not.
Uh,
He turned it into a fucking pink nightmare.
I've been waiting for this. It feels like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's get on with the show. Don't worry, just wait till you see the fucking shit that goes on in fucking the second one. It has to be on theme,
yeah.
exactly. And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense,
Oh.
a deadly fate. What? What's wrong? A deadly class trial.
Wow, Makoto, good job on that one.
So what is your guess again? What is your theory here?
Out the window. That's what it is.
Okay.
Out the window. It is. Do you see it? It is in the bin.
It's in the trash.
Let's
But
begin with a
I
basic
genuinely
explanation
don't
of the
think
class
there's
trial.
anybody
If you
there.
can figure out, then I'll punish everyone Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
I thought I had it on auto.
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because
Wait,
she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
I love the
There's a
the
limit to
implication
how
that
much
ghosts can't have legs.
ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay.
I bet you relate to Byakuya
So
right
I
there.
just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
An important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her. Her face.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into
fully
the
voiced.
mystery. I'm sure of it.
All the trials have been.
In that case,
No, I know a lot
think
of
it
it
would
has
be
been,
helpful
but-
if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
I don't.
In
I don't
fact,
wanna interrupt
Monokuma
them.
told me. Apparently, you
There.
have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
I think I turned auto off, so.
Why the hell do we have to prove that the corpse is a Why? I'm very confused as to why we have to prove it's not Kyoko when she's.
Because
Right now.
Hiro's fucking stupid.
I see. Alright, carry on.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
You don't know how much I wish he died in that previous trial.
Oh my god. Can't prove we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have a choice but to... Alright, I'm taking my fucking repair barrel now, so if I don't say shit for a while.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body
think
wasn't
I
wearing gloves.
genuinely-
They got
I
burnt
think I
up in the
genuinely
explosion.
hate him.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
Oh, duh.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't.
They got burnt up in the...
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah. Been wearing gloves.
I'm
That corpse is
Absolutely. This entire discussion is idiotic.
Oh, that root beer barrel is really,
Kyoko
Rude.
there is just a
Ghost.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing.
They got burnt up in the...
Then she was wearing gloves before the.
Well,
Yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. 'Cause that corpse
No.
is absolutely
Oh,
Kyoko's
fuck
entire
you.
discussion is
Oh,
idiotic.
fuck you.
That Kyoko... Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't.
They got burnt up in the...
Then she was wearing gloves before.
Well,
No, that's wrong. No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
And you know women?
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Thank you, Hina.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the
getting
one who's
distracted
been
by the
dragging
licks.
us around in circles.
For anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from here. Hi, zombie. Yes, he's bullying me.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, that's wrong.
They're getting kinky in chat, oh no.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
I'm not bullyable, no.
What?
Oh, yes.
For real?
No, I'm not.
If you're lying, you'll die a
Prove it,
cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Give you the
She's just being
satisfaction of that?
stupid.
You sure you
Ignore
want
them,
that to happen
Makoto.
on stream,
Tell us what
Lexi?
you're talking about.
Maybe wait till after stream.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, you're not cute.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously?
Ah, I
really
see.
did
So we
something
need to
that
get you a tattoo
humiliating?
like that, Lunex.
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Compared to the tattoo, the other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... Smells like Foxman in here, Bled. Hi, Boba. Yes, I needed them to fill in the blank for me.
I suppose delightful, Boba.
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
man.
I always
After
forget
all
just
this
how,
time,
like,
we finally
many
got a
animals
glimpse of the
Loki birthed.
literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person
Loki was
must have
freaky
once
like that, I
belonged to
guess.
Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
It seems we have a guest.
Hello, Tiger Lake Legend. Thank you for the follow.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
No, Boba, no
Who
cry.
was she? Who
was Mukuro Ikusaba. She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine.
Just,
Uncovering the
all
identity of
sweat
the
on his
mastermind
fucking
will have
Sprite.
to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Litton is flexing in chat. Oh no.
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
And the muscles.
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
I love that the key portraits of the previous around it, so camp with them. Yeah.
I got it!
Coco and
You've
Genocide.
narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm
I did not. I'm very innocent.
that at that point, there was no dead body there.
Hello,
So,
social
the
netco.
murder
Welcome
must
in.
have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma.
I'm good.
The
How are
whole
you?
time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs.
It was
All of
definitely
which
empty.
is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
The suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then
So
and
what are
when
you
we
thinking
found the
right now,
body?
Ampy?
Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
I got nothing.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah!
Definitely me.
Right around 7:30.
No,
I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
He's awake at all hours?
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
This is going to boil down to like, who had chicken strips at 3 in the morning?
We're gonna find an alibi for that period, Jesus Christ. You just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi.
What?
Murderer.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have
Any objections now would be the
I think I have to shoot 7:30, yeah.
We've established a
time frame for the murder.
The murderer, like the
It took
Riddler,
place
but more
somewhere
violent.
between
I
10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock
seen
in the
some of the
morning.
things the Riddler has done.
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Okay. Not you remember. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I think so. I don't remember what time this
We've established a time frame. It took
place somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's wrong. Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near
Riddler's
10
just
o'clock.
something of a guy. I mean,
It
sometimes
had
he
to have
makes people
taken
robots,
place
but
way
no.
later.
He's done worse. Yay, congrats.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
No, I'm saying that the
you heard that
body
right.
was
A
wet,
mouth
but not
down
because of the
south?
sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler,
I need Ollie back in here.
why?
I need Ollie back in here now. I need to ask Ollie point blank, why is Toko her favorite character? I have to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence and that should do it.
Hina, I need you to
Look at the body itself. that
help
should
me
be
with
good.
the mouth down south,
Oh, Jesus.
if you understand my meaning.
Oh god, I have to do this now?
I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? How can you say it wasn't the
This should prove it.
Anyway, we're gonna meet this Tarth. Why are you so cute? Oh my god. Oh, did you just... Oh.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion.
Yeah, pizza.
And you'll see why it
I'm a
wasn't the
pizza now,
sprinklers.
Just remember what the... Why you all so cute? No.
The top half of the body was wet,
Not
yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got
cute.
the
You
body
all are
wet,
cute.
shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just
Oh god.
move on.
The screeching.
The reason
Oh,
only the
no.
top half was wet was
Amphy,
because...
what have you done? You've given him too much power.
While the body was still on fire, I doused it with water.
I don't like that the top
but
line
only
of
the
them
part
is
on
just
fire,
off,
the
like
top
off
half.
center.
Oh, then I guess
I hate it. My OCD's telling me no.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
She's fine. No, I was zoning out and not reading. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So that was her motive?
Oh god.
She had a motive and no alibi. Well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers
TOS,
didn't
oh
get the
no.
body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
A certain something at the scene was used to cover the body. Could it have been?
I got it!
You
You're
really have no
talking about
thoughts
the
right
tarp,
now on this,
aren't
Andy.
you?
Catch on quick. You're right.
I genuinely
All
don't.
you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
What I've been thinking of
This
is to be
proves that the killer used the tarp
Listen.
to keep the body from getting soaked.
Dang it, Grandpa. Oh god, I read that.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp, if it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to repeat what Kyoko said.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Yes.
Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it did.
No, that's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if
Are
the
you- how
very
much do you
blood we
hate him
saw
right
on the
now?
body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
There are so many better characters that could have survived in his place.
You want
What
the
if-
femboy back?
After the killer used the tarp to
I
avoid
want
the
the femboy
sprinklers,
back, but I think Mondo could have.
they
killed the
then
himbo
covered the
without
body in
being a
blood that
fucking
didn't
idiot
belong
like
to the
Hero.
victim.
That's fair.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Chicken.
You got blood from right there in the garden, right? Which must mean...
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Mystique, no.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it.
Not even soaked into the ground. It's like right there.
The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off...
Trust me, the next trial does not get much easier than this
to the
one.
garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
The bomb was missing from the gym.
They
right?
already had the coat ready,
Did we not
so
check?
they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body.
I don't remember if the bomb was missing or if it was
They'd
just
be
like...
done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met
I
up with
remember if it was
Makoto
missing
in the
from the
dining
gym or
hall,
if it was just
did
like
you two
hey,
stay
it's the
together
same
from
pieces.
that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
He's like really upset he doesn't get to execute Kyoko. Suspicion falls back on me, but why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
Wait a damn minute,
So,
she might
what
be.
about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Persona 5.
Oh.
Listen, more important... Oh, that's you, technically, but we've already done this, so you know.
Yeah, no, you give us the flashbacks. Because this seems to be a very long trial, so...
It's the knife we
It is.
gave to
Let's
Makoto?
fucking go.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
League means nothing
Then
to me,
why
Naz.
did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
Be sure of what actually happened last night. Why am I tired? I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer.
The knife we found lodged in the dead
I
body.
don't remember.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then... that seals it! Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once? That automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed it...
No, that's wrong.
I think I was on the right one.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point,
Nah, Makoto did it.
obviously
yeah,
the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Even was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact position of the body was written down for anyone to see.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely
Sayaka
damaged
did
the
it
body,
again.
making it impossible
Fucking
to know
Sayaka.
what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all
How would
evidence
you feel
of their
if
crime.
Sayaka ended up being the fucking mastermind somehow?
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound
That would have been
and then detonated the body
really
afterward.
annoying.
They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy
Like
any
you'd have been
evidence
like, I thought we
proving
were over your
otherwise.
dead girlfriend finally.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but
11037, I wonder what that is.
what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. some reason I thought I had a sibling for the bomb.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the
Kyoko,
only
that's
other
not-
possible suspect.
It's not-
You,
it's
Kyoko.
Then what do you
Hold
think's
on a
going
second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Oh, I don't have a solution.
Well, I feel like
I
we need
feel
to
like
think
if they
this
kill
through.
off Kyoko
We
here,
still
then
don't know what actually killed the victim.
that's kind of losing one of the major
That's
plot
true.
drivers.
It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine, I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate.
Just like right now, it's definitely pointing to her, especially since she kind of intervenes to save you from Mukuro.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
But usually, whoever
The
they
explosion
point at
didn't
is
kill her
not
for
in.
sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file,
Mystique,
that's gotta be it! There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
How do I turn off? I don't want to copy.
Then, shall we continue
The debate?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
That didn't fucking happen.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because there's only one other.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was. And more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
What? No, I was trying to say, like, no, they were fucking old. I don't...
Then shall we continue? The victim's
Fatal injury has...
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah.
According to the.
That's gotta be it! There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless...
Okay, I don't fucking remember what I'm supposed to do here.
Shoot!
Then, shall we continue
The debate?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah.
She was already told.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it! There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Shoot!
I literally only need 2 more tries, or I have to
Then,
fucking
shall
go
we
back.
continue the debate?
Debate?
The victim's fatal
I don't know
injury
what
has
truth
yet
bullets
to be
we have,
determined,
so-
correct?
I literally only have the
explosion
Monokuma
didn't
File
kill
5.
her
I think
for
I have to
sure.
grab something else.
I guess.
Fuck.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
What do you mean that didn't...
Oh, yeah.
According to the monocle,
That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
and more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we
Did I
continue
already
the
try
debate?
this on finishing... Well, I don't remember. Fuck.
The victim's
Okay.
fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
Oh, fuck. Okay.
No, it's wrong.
I thought I tried that already.
I don't
Mukuro
think
died
it was
because of the
specifically-
blow to
I
the
think
back of the
you
head
tried
she
it on the
suffered.
countless wounds.
I thought I tried it on that one, too.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
So then it very well could have been Kyoko.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The
I don't know what they're
Monokuma
gonna
says
do
she
if
was
they
hit
kill
with a
Kyoko
blunt
here.
object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Two cuties. I mean, I guess you could count Makoto with AMV,
Well,
I guess.
maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
Aw, look at Nexie being all
No
tsundere.
way!
What the fuck,
The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
You shut the fuck up, you cute bitch.
I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Uh-huh.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
The real murder weapon?
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the Cobra attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow.
No, it's wrong.
She got smacked with duct tape instead.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
There were several arrows
Another weapon?
duct taped together.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo? Must be connected to that dojo locker. Yes.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone? For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know?
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean?
I genuinely don't know where they're gonna spin this because there's, as far as I'm aware,
Those
there's
words
no
you just spoke. What do you mean?
great evidence towards anyone
Exactly
else.
what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
Nope. Wait, I didn't mean to fucking...
You should understand that more than anyone.
Byakuya,
What are you hiding?
Master would never hide something!
There's proof that you... Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory. You said I hid
And then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I
really have done that.
those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
Maybe it's...
You should understand.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
I'm fucking... Oh, got it.
No, that's wrong.
What?
Unless there's something completely off, I'm assuming they're kind of pointing it towards Byakuya now.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Because you
Why
have the
not?
key.
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. The Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The Mastermind's trap. The victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? Hello, Dragdoon. You're now Lunex powered. Oh no. Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. What do you think, Ampy?
Honestly, if... First off, what is the lie, do we know?
Remember, she has a skeleton key that can open any door in the school.
Oh, that's right. Because, I mean, no matter how this goes out, she dies anyway, because if she pins on Byakuya and Byakuya's not it, still dies. If she's the killer, still dies. So the only way I could see her doing this is if you take it through to the end and go for that ultimate investigator.
So,
and pursue it.
Alright.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
Meaning,
You said
Linux
it.
Powered can
The
provide
burden
benefits
of
in the
proof
short
is
term.
on you.
What kind of benefits?
So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko's definitely lying, and it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden.
I didn't have the key to my room. Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
Right?
Wait,
You are
sorry, what?
correct.
There's not several endings to this,
So I
right?
couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
No, technically-ish?
No, that's wrong. No, Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Well, yes. Well, no. Well, use Monokuma's secret tool, which can open a lock in the school.
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it, so I lost. That's all this means.
At least we get her good sprite.
Then, are you saying you really didn't, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Are we able to
I'm
reload?
sorry to say, but your
Just
time
wait.
is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Good job, you got it right. Brilliantly right. We got it right. Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
I prepared an extra special punishment this time. Is everyone ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
How are you feeling, Amphi?
I feel like I want to reload.
Yeah. Just wait. You're fine. After school lesson. Gray, hello. We're killing people. And that's how the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba came to an end. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or, regardless, the truth was lost forever, even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial, and in the end it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Peace, but only inside the school. So, Amphi, thoughts?
Well, first off, Toko being dead is really kind of funny.
Figured you'd enjoy that. Also, Gray, you're such a bad boy. And the fact that...
I'm really annoyed.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, the fact that she's a kid with each of them.
Most of the... Well, first off, that's fucking weird. And second, I'm really annoyed.
What?
I'm really annoyed with Danganronpa.
Peace, but only for us. I'm annoyed with it, why?
It puts these situations in where it's nearly fucking impossible to actually figure it out ahead of time because they add so much convoluted shit into it.
Hope. This is hope.
No! This isn't right!
Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
No reload necessary, Ampy. Her claim? Oh, that's right. I have to. Did I expose Kyoko's line? What's wrong?
Alright.
She's not wrong. I have to think about this very carefully. What do I do? I've decided right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie.
Let it go. Let it go.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I never want to hear that song again as long as I fucking live. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. God, that's gonna be my punishment when I eventually go to hell, isn't it? Just that song on a loop all the time.
Yeah.
I like that there's no argument, just yeah. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the Mastermind's trap that
Well,
Kyoko mentioned.
does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as
fucking
fact?
Stupid.
I see. So you still refuse to accept it.
It feels genuinely impossible to figure out on your own with some of these.
I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the Mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Thoughts on Makoto getting found guilty?
I mean, it's not gonna stick.
What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Oh, shit. Okay, auto is off. We're good. Another bad end? No. No, we did the right thing.
What? Oh, it's not your fault.
Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Bitch, you can't just stop talking halfway through. Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
No, I really want to play Buried Stars because, friend Viv, he made a full video on him. I watched like 5 minutes of it and went like, ooh, I need to play this for myself. Because it looked interesting. Also, the men are hot.
Oh, it's the same punishment.
Yeah.
It's not even emotionally painful at this point. It just feels dumb.
It's just physically painful. Like, it is mentally painful.
Well, he is the luckiest one, so is something going to happen, or are we just killing off all of the half-decent characters? This looks like a pretty lethal fall step.
So there, your digital femboy saved
What?
them. Haha? What's this? Oh, what's going on?
He's hacked into the mainframe.
You did.
Hey, what was that?
Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego.
Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? Must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
Which is really funny looking at the end of the game now. What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? Fine. I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. Don't daw me, bitch. That stupid virus is gone now. Got it, and so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again.
Yaha!
To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone?
Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
Now, it's the mastermind that's been ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.
This game just makes me feel fucking dumb.
Aren't we fucking dumb?
I like to think I'm at least above average.
The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in the top students from every field imaginable, government-funded school or privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. Jesus Christ, ass. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are 2 things you need to attend this school. Also, yeah, look at the Hope's Peak symbol.
Oh yes, the Monokuma.
Yeah. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Again. Finally. Couldn't finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a stupid situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend, and with that my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all... That was pointless too. Next I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough of a reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve a little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed, and all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. I like crunch. What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, drawing me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells
She's...
awful.
Oh, Jesus.
She's a little messed up. This place smells awful. Kyoko!
Indeed.
Look, you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing down here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Hey, yo. Sorry. Ooh, that really hit the spot. Listen, Makoto. Some bread is nice, but I just mean some nice meat in your mouth. I'm sorry. I need to calm down.
I see Nexus in a food, huh? You too many raws?
Listen. The RARs are not the problem.
I see.
Yeah, you do? Huh? You do?
Yeah, I do.
Alright. No, I've got all that energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But, Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew?
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me.
She kind of did.
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
Listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive.
In other words...
Is that so I can do what I came to this school to do. What? Made up my mind to come to Hope Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope Peak? That's right. At least I did. Once. Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible.
Amnesia?
That's all we get from Amphi for a while. Then is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that point, I had forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the Mastermind's plans. So the Mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the Mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
Oh, sorry. If I did that and we all worked as one, the Mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the Mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The Mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the Mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. English just completely fucked up for me there. Oh my god.
It's okay. Don't you worry, you're pretty ahead of it.
Oh, then why you gotta say it like that? Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the Mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My
I'm glad you did,
reason to
Makoto,
get
because
out
I
of
sure
here,
shit out.
It's to stay here.
It's just like that dream I had before, but why did that happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you to help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Hey, Hey, Kyoko. Say your reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Are you ready to learn her ultimate talent?
Please. Please don't be something stupid.
Like what? What are you thinking?
I'm hoping it's I'm assuming it's something like the Ultimate Investigator. Or something in that vein.
And you're just worried it's gonna be something completely off the rails?
I'm worried it's gonna be something like, oh, she's the ultimate hope.
You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. The ultimate panty shopper, Jesus Christ. I'm the
she
ultimate
doesn't
detective.
Oh, hey yo! She doesn't have a butt head, but you know.
She does have a butt head. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope Speak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope Speak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he had become the headmaster of Hope Speak Academy. Kyoko's dad is Hope Peaks again. Hope's. Ampy, my brain is not. The brain ain't braining.
It's okay, Nixie. Do you need me to read some dialogue for you?
I would like you to take Kyoko for a second, please.
I can take Kyoko. That's fine. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it.
Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. This is. Well, this is the backstory, so.
No matter what,
So,
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
Then what did you see in there?
so...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found.
But why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy.
I have one of those just like with this button. So like I don't know why you had to find one.
Maybe it's got all the good hiding places. I don't know.
I was like, listen, I have a map like installed in my eyeballs, Kyoko. I don't know what your problem is.
I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean.
It's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized... whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
What do you mean?
so...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough.
Sounds like it must be important and really ominous.
However,
Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building.
It has to do with Mikuro. Excuse me? Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her.
I think we figured that out.
And I know it wasn't you, either.
I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. She did have a mastermind bomb planted in her skull. So,
Like there was an actual Monokuma bomb, like just there.
to begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
That's a little dramatic. Main character syndrome right there. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that...
Oh god, he's dying.
I'm a mess. I'm a mess.
Are you okay?
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial.
No, we're gonna be ending soon. There's just a specific point I'm trying to get to before we stop. It was...
The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly.
You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly.
With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Host Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it.
Mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like Mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What's that?
There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto.
I could have been the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Do you mean during the night?
I
can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death.
What?
I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases, just like this,
Anyway,
which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell.
Girl, what? No, it's fine. Trust me, Tarth, there are two people who are way worse later.
In like a different game,
Yeah.
and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
This is her special power.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me.
So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think.
But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they
Correct.
feel like it. Oops.
You're right, that is...
Hang on. Feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction.
So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Really bad if true is the new version of huge if true. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair.
The other ultimate despair?
There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event.
You're talking about...
That's right.
What happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
the tragedy. Who's ever responsible for that? They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy.
A pain of a junk food junkie.
Ludex,
What?
you gonna hold in before going on the screen?
Wait. The ultimate despair is me when Linux is being so critical on himself when he says things about himself that I yell at him are true. He doesn't admit to being a good boy, but I'm not. Alright. That is enough of the Danganronpa, mostly because there's just like a huge exposition scene next that's just them talking that is really annoying to like interrupt. Because it's fully voiced, if I remember correctly.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, we will deal with that next time. I don't know why I clicked
All right.
on that. But thank you for joining me again, Amphi.
Of course, of course.
I might still stream, but I'm gonna switch to something that requires less talking.
Oh, you're still streaming?
Yeah.
All right. I'll be hopping off then.
Alright.
Don't get in too much trouble.
I make no promises, you're aware of this.
Have a good time, Nexie.
And then bye.
Bye.
We'll keep him out of trouble? No. No, you won't. Okay, hang on. Wait, let me go back to this and turn this section off. Video capture device. Blah. Alright, so what are we thinking? Fluffy, Fluffy. No, Fluffy. No. No, Fluffy. No. If he would get Kyoko killed by mistake. I was hoping he would. I was hoping he would so we could see that. I was hoping he would. I'm thinking of going to play in the Sword Mystique now. Cat, what do you want? Hello? What? Alright, come say hi to people. Okay, I bring you up here and you stop meowing? What the fuck? Alright, I guess you're just sitting here on my lap now. What are you doing? Alright, there she goes. Now you're gonna give me a dirty look. I put you on my lap. That is what you meow at me when you want me to do. I put you on my lap, you leave, and then you look at me like I'm insane. What the fuck is your problem? Not my fault, alter ego didn't fucking do his job. Fair. Fucking fair. Let me move the fucking bowl out of my way now that I have OBS on the, like, proper monitor it usually goes on. It's a thick-ass bowl. The risk was your life over hers, just Kyoko things. Yeah. I think I know what I'm switching to. Oh, I can stop the recording now, duh, because I'm done recording the Danganronpa.